Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Revised Public Service Request System webinar. I'm just going to give it a couple minutes to let people filter in, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, awesome. We're going to go ahead and get started. So today we're going to learn all about the Revised Public Service Request System, and we're going to learn how it can help empower residents to report a concern in the community to help better your community. So let's dive on in. Your hosts for today's webinar are, of course, me, Hannah Shramsky, the marketing specialist at Revize. And today we're lucky to be joined by Thomas Jean, program manager at Revize. I have both of our emails listed as well if you need to contact us for any reason, whether it's regarding webinars, public service request, or any other inquiry you may have about Revize. Please feel free to reach out to us. You may remember us from other AI webinars that we did in the past. So we're excited to talk about the PSR today. A little bit about Revize if you're newer to your municipality or maybe you're not a Revize client. We've been in the business for over 25 years now, and over that time, we've developed a really talented and diverse team. We specialize in beautiful, accessible, and functional web design and web app development for local government entities. And we're headquartered in Troy, Michigan, which is in the Metro Detroit area, but we're proud to serve agencies all across the United States. A little bit of housekeeping up top. The recording of today's live session will be uploaded to our website. So if you had any colleagues that couldn't make it to the live session today, or you'd like to refer back to this at any time, you can find it on www.revize.com under the webinars tab. I should get that up by the end of the day today or by the end of the day tomorrow. So you can send that link off to anyone who may have missed it or check back if you have to drop off early or whatever reason, you'll be able to access this webinar at any time. And per usual, we're doing a Q&A at the end of the webinar. So any questions that you have that may pop up, we will address them after Thomas gets through his informative demonstration of the public service request app. So even if you drop some questions in the chat throughout, just know I'm not ignoring them. We'll definitely address them just once we get to the end of the demo. Be sure to follow Revize on social media for updates. We have a lot of exciting things coming in the new year, so you're definitely going to want to stay connected with us. You can scan that QR code at the edge of your screen. It'll take you to our link tree where you can follow us on all of our different social media platforms. You can read our blog. You can check out any other of the previous webinars we've done throughout this year. So yeah, it just helps you stay connected so you know about upcoming webinars, product launches, conferences we're attending. We've had a really busy fall attending conferences all over the country. So then you know if you're going to the same conference as us, you can always drop by, say hi, and get some Revize swag. So we'd love to have you stay connected with us. Okay, so let's start talking about the public service request system. Here's a little quick overview about public service request systems as a whole. So PSRs can enable citizens to report issues like traffic light outages, flooding, potholes, and any other issues they may see in their community via any device that's computers, tablets, mobile, all the time. So this way, government staff can track, update, and resolve requests using a dashboard. And some benefits of implementing a public service request system are just increasing transparency, promoting cost savings for your local government, improving public safety in your community, strengthening trust in the bond with your citizens, enhancing resident engagement because it's so easy for them to report issues in the community, and streamlining workflows for your government staff. Now, here are some key features of the Revize public service request app. We have automatic escalation. So requests escalate if no activity occurs within a set time, which makes sure that no request goes unnoticed. Easy reassignment, which allows you to redirect requests to the appropriate division of employees. Flexible note visibility, so you can flag notes as public so that citizens can see them, or private, meaning only internal staff can see them. Custom status levels, so you can assign status levels like new, assigned, in progress, or closed, which helps with that tracking. User roles and permissions, so you have role-based security for specific tailored access and actions, so you can decide who does what. And data tracking, reviewing and analyzing data to generate statistics of previous reports. Okay, now that we've talked a little bit about the public service request system, I'm going to pass it off to Thomas Jean so he can show you ours. And like I said before, once we conclude his demonstration, we'll open up the floor to questions. So thank you, Thomas. I am going to pass it off to you.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And are you seeing my screen?
I am, yes.
All right, perfect. Great. Well, thank you all for joining again today. My name is Thomas Jean. You may have heard me talk before. This is one of my favorite features Revize has ever built for a variety of reasons, but the number one reason is it's just sometimes pretty fun to see what people are reporting in various cities across America. So this here's a city of Golden, Colorado, and if you go to their homepage and click Fix It, they've got theirs embedded into a page. So you can have it embedded right in your website like this. It also does not have to be a Revize website, although most of you probably are Revize website clients of ours. It can be a full screen. It can operate from a mobile app. So, and of course, it's fully mobile responsive. So, this is what it can look like. Now, these little tick marks here are things that have already been reported. You can pick and choose whether these are public, and you can pick and choose um, one by one. So it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. So if someone submits an issue that isn't relevant to your organization or is just completely wrong, you can evaluate it before the public sees it. Um, and even if you don't make them public, of course, they still get saved into the back end dashboard, which I'll show you here in a few moments. So let me show you kind of a live version here. This is just our demo site. I don't want to actually submit any of those on a real client site, but here we've got some issues here in the city of Troy. So let's see, we've got a coyote issue here. It's like another coyote issue here. Here we got some overgrown grass. And then you can click details, or the public can click details as well. They can see the photo if you allow it to be public. They can see any questions or responses that have been asked, and if you choose to, you can respond back to the applicant or back to the reporter, and have your response publicly viewable as well. And you can even, share another photo of that issue after you've dealt with it or after you've corrected it as well. Not that you have to, but you can. If someone sees an issue that has already been reported that they want to report, they can click details, and there's a little fix it vote here on the issue if you allow it. Now you don't have to allow it, but you can. Um, so like this one here is looks like a raccoon issue and a response from the city. So if I wanted to report something new, I click report an issue. I then either create an account or I continue as a guest. Now you can remove the guest option. You can also remove the create an account option. So some of our clients don't want to have guest users, and some only want to have guest users. So up to you. To make it quick, I'll just continue as a guest. And now I'm in. Now from there, I can take this little dropper here and put it anywhere within the city. As I move it, you'll see that the address updates automatically based on where I move it. I can also, if I'm on my phone, I can share my location and it'll input an address for me based on my location. And of course, I can type it out, which most people probably don't do, but you can. There is also geofencing, so we can limit it to your city boundaries, a zip code, a county, a state. When we're configuring it, we can set the zoom level differently if need be. So all those things are configurable. So someone chooses their location, then below they choose their issue. All of these are customizable to you. You can have as many as you want. Most of our clients, I'd say, probably have 8 to 12, give or take, but it's up to you. You can also activate and like deactivate certain issues. So in the wintertime, you can have winter related issues, and in the summer you can remove them. Um, and each one can have different questions that are required or not required. So this issue here is downs trees, and it has 3 questions we're asking the applicant to submit, one of which is required. You can make them all required, none required, whatever you want. But again, they can be different based on the specific issue. So here I will choose raccoon, and I have one required question that has to be answered, and it says describe the issue. That is one thing we always kind of recommend is at minimum have that so that you know what people are talking about. So here I'll say there is a massive raccoon terrorizing, oh, I'm going to spell that wrong. Close enough. My house. I can then upload an image, or if I'm on my phone, I can actually snap one from my phone. It'll ask for like camera access. I'll just upload one here. I was prepared and found a photo of a raccoon, so we'll upload that. Now I can also keep it anonymous. Now, when I keep it anonymous, all that is doing is keeping it anonymous from the public, so that if you were to share their submission publicly, their information will not be shared publicly. So um, I'll leave it unchecked, and I'll click report. Now, when I click report, a person or multiple people that you designate can get updated and notified in a particular order at different time intervals. So maybe a raccoon issue, 2 people get updated over the next 12 hours. Maybe if it's like a water, issue or pipe burst issue, 30 people get notified over the next 10 minutes. So you can like modulate or change who's getting notified at certain intervals. When they get notified, they will receive an email. In that email, they'll get a little information about the issue, like who submitted it, when it was submitted, the address, the type of issue, and there will be a link in that email that they click. And when they click it, it'll take them to this back-end dashboard here, where they will log in. I'm already logged in, of course. And in this dashboard, there's a lot of other stuff up top that we can go through, but the most time you'll spend is on the incidents tab. So it's going to force me to log back in again real quick. So on the incidents tab, let me get to our spot here. We have a running list of all the submissions that have come in, with the most recent being at the top. Each one gets their own incident ID. You can see the title of it, the address, who it's currently assigned to. You can have it automatically assigned to a department instead of a person if you want to. You can filter, so maybe I want just new issues that are raccoons that are assigned to myself and that are more than 5 days past. And of course, you can get more granular if you need to, based on these items below. Here, I'll just go ahead and click edit. You can click view or edit. In my case, I'm going to click edit, and I'll show you why. Because when I see this issue, first off, I'm going to see the photo. So that's a photo that the applicant or the reporter submitted. It is a raccoon. And then from there, you've got some decisions to make. You can change the status. You can change who it's assigned to. You can delete the incident, which means you're just done with it. Maybe it's, not a real issue, fake issue, profanity laced perhaps, which is rare, but not unheard of. And each of these decisions that you make, each of these changes that you make can trigger an automated email either to a colleague of yours, to yourself, or even to the applicant. So if you changed it to like in progress and clicked edit or update incident here, the applicant or the person that submitted it may get an email that says a variety of different things that you want it to say. In my case, what I'll do is change the status to in progress. I'm going to reassign it to myself in this case, and then I'm going to click acknowledged. When you click acknowledge, that is what triggers it going public, showing public. So you want to, of course, be careful of that and make sure you're evaluating it fully before you make it go public. And of course, you can always pull it down, but if you scroll down further, you'll see the title, the address, even the latitude, longitude, and then down here, you'll see all the history behind it. So as we start changing things and start adding comments, that'll fill up more and more. So first what I'm going to do is click edit, update incident right here. That now triggers it going live on the map. So if we go back out here, and let me just refresh. Actually, I'll sign out and then refresh. And up here's number 1. Or of course, you can find it directly on the map. We click details, and there's that photo that I submitted. Cute little guy there. And there is the issue I submitted. Now, in many cases, when you acknowledge one, you'll also want to comment publicly if you're sharing that one publicly. So here we may say something like, thank you for submitting. Unfortunately, sorry, spelling. We do not uh, have the ability to remove raccoons today. We will contact you again tomorrow. So you can have customized responses, or you can actually have these responses generated automatically based on your status changes up top. But I'll just go ahead and leave that comment. You can also add your own photo, and you can make your comment itself public or private. So maybe you want the issue to be publicly viewable so that people know that it has been reported. Maybe it's something more publicly relevant, like a pothole or street light out or something. You may want that to be public, but maybe you don't want your comment to be public for a variety of reasons. I'm going to let mine go public here. I'm also going to upload another photo. I'll just click choose file. And so maybe you go like fill that pothole, or you go fix whatever issue that is. You may decide that you want to add in your own photo here. I'm just going to go ahead and add a photo of my cat. We've seen her before on previous demos, previous webinars, so I'll do that. I'll click add. And of course, we get notified successfully added an incident comment there. So if we go back to the public side, click close, let me refresh it real quick. And now our comment will be down there as well with the photo of my cat right there. So there you have it. Now, if you do nothing else from here, which of course you probably would want to, maybe you want to close it out. We do have the ability to set an automated fall off. So this one here is set at 30 days. So if you don't respond to an incident or acknowledge it or remove it yourself, it'll automatically come down. Although it may not be showing on the live map, it will always be saved into the backend interface here under this reports tab. So even maybe you inadvertently removed it from the map, or maybe you wanted it to go public and you didn't, it'll still all be in this reports tab back here. But before I go there, just real quick, want to show you the status history here. So as I mentioned, as we're changing things, as we're adding comments, all of these things get added to our status history here. So I'll click reports just to show you what that looks like. You can export an HTML, Excel, Word, different reports types. So you can do incidents, statuses, comments. You can do it by department. You can do it by date. And I'll just click get here. And so it shows me a full reporting. So maybe every month, your board wants to see how many issues have come in, how many are resolved, and maybe how many are still pending. All that can be shown for you there. Issue management. So here's where you can add new issues. I won't spend too much time here, but you can also, like this issue here is not activated right now. So this is a landscaping issue. So you can go through and activate, deactivate. Here is where you can set the assignment of who gets notified when. So if we go to our raccoon issue here, I did not set an assignment because I just created that one today. But maybe I want to set it right now. So here I'm going to make myself the first person in the chain of command of who gets notified. I'll click add assignment. You can also put yourself in that chain multiple times just to remind yourself. So maybe like it's your goal to get back to people within 12 hours, but sometimes you don't. You can put this put yourself in there multiple times. So here I'll do it, I don't know, at 1 day exactly. You can exclude weekends and holidays. You can add different people in here from different departments if you want to. And we always recommend doing some sort of pretty aggressive fallback. So if you just completely forget, you can have other people bail you out if needed. But most of our clients are pretty good about responding quickly. So there's the assignment for the raccoon issue. You can set different holidays. You can also have those email templates. So probably won't be able to see much of this, but every email or every action you take can send an automated email. It doesn't have to, but here is where you can decide whether it does. And so here we got one that is the incident was created, inform the administration, meaning informing you, the city, you, the county, you, the village, the town, township, you name it. This is an email that would get sent. Whenever you see these little brackets anywhere around the within the email, that means it's pulling in some sort of automated information. So here we've got the incident address. That means it's being pulled in automatically from the actual system. So if I wanted to edit it, and maybe I want to make it a little more friendly, maybe I want to add some other information, I can edit it right here. And of course, we'll set these all up for you. We'll train you on all this, and then you get to, of course, test it before it ever goes live. But that's how you would do it if you wanted to. Here's your different users. Here again is that issue management. You can delete things. You can, take a view at how it looks. Here you can generate a public link. So if you want to start testing it before it's live, you can do that. And then again, here's your instance, your reports, and just a generic or general profile of yourself that you can change. You can have separate departments as well. When you have a separate department, you can decide whether it has a separate map. And the use case behind that, sometimes we'll have cities that there's a third party that does their garbage pickup. And so anything like garbage related, they'll have a map just for that. And, with proper approvals, you can actually have those sent to that, garbage company. Police incidents, a lot of times they'll separate them. We do also have clients that use this internal only, where like their public works department, when they're out in the field, if they see something they want to fix at a later time, they'll log it in here, and then they'll have a good work log of what they want to work on in the future. So again, great system. There's a lot more I could show you, but I think that's kind of the gist of what we wanted to show you all today. And I think I'll go ahead and stop there and answer any questions that you all have.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Okay, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to populate the chat now with those. I see we got one from Daniel while you were giving the demo, Thomas. What integrations do you have with other software?
Good questions. We do not have a standing API that automatically integrates. We have built them on a case-by-case basis for certain clients. The only problem is that can tend to happen is sometimes your outside system that you want to integrate to is very specifically built to you. So basically, when we integrate in that way, it's case by case. We could have kind of a standing API on this, and we do. But even with that, the nature of these systems mean that there's still some custom work that needs to be done. So it is possible, but usually not turnkey, just to automatically integrate into your other system. So good question. Probably the most common question we get, to be honest. So good one.
I'm not seeing any other questions right now. Feel free to drop any in the chat that you may have. Thomas, it seems like you did a really good job. We have not getting many questions today. I don't know if there's anything else you want to show or, oh, we've got one. Emily is wondering, does this need any background GIS data like parcels, addresses, etc., or is it only using Google Maps information?
Right now, it's only using Google Maps information. We have toyed with the idea of using GIS maps. The only issue with those, or one of the issues with those, among others, is they tend to be so detailed that the load time is dramatically longer than Google. So for the time being, we're using Google Maps only, but that could change in the future.
Okay. Christina is wondering, how does it look if you have a Revize app?
Yep, fully mobile responsive in the app. And basically what we would do, or what you would have the option to do, is add it as a quick link or URL within the app. And when someone clicks it, it'll open up right there for them. So
We also have someone wondering the cost. Oh, we have multiple people wondering the cost.
what is the cost? Go ahead, if you can, reach out to us directly on it. There is some different cost levels that we just updated, and I don't have those right offhand. But if you do reach out to us directly, we can get it to you the same day or within 24 hours typically.
Feel free to reach out to me, Hannah@revize.com, Thomas@revize.com, or your rep. Or on our website, whatever method you prefer, and we can help you out with that.
All right. Yeah, and if y'all are looking for just some more examples of other cities using this, also reach out. And if you're bored or just have a little extra time, some days it's fun to just look and see what other communities are dealing with, different issues that come in. So, and it can be very city specific. We had one city where there was a coyote sighting, and it was like the first coyote in the last 50 years. And there was like tick marks everywhere on this map in a certain quarter of the city, and it was fun to like watch the excitement turn into annoyance after a few weeks in the comments. So, and again, all those comments are I failed to mention those the comments do not have to go live until you evaluate those too. So, just wanted to clarify that. Single sign-on on this, not yet. It is something we plan to do, but I don't want to promise that in the next 2 months or so. So, but that is on the roadmap.
Oh, it turns out I might have gotten Thomas's email wrong. Thomas, is it thomas.jean@revize.com?
It's both. So I just, yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
Thomas at Revize.com or Thomas.Jean at Revize.com. Both come to me. Um, so, yep.
Okay, great. Well, I'm not seeing any more questions right now. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. This was a nice quick one before the Thanksgiving season. If you're coming to the refresher webinar next week, we'll be glad to see you there. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you're interested in learning more about the public service request system. And we'll see you next time. Thank you guys.